Welcome back. We're continuing to monitor breaking news out of Coeur d'Alene. Police actively taking sniper fire near Canfield Mountain. An unknown number of suspects. So far, 2 people have been killed, both believed to be fire personnel who were ambushed when responding to a fire. We are going to send things out to our Mary Sheridan, who's live in Coeur d'Alene.
Okay. Jordan, we're giving you a look right outside of Kootenai Health. We're watching 3 ambulances with sirens and lights just pulled into the south side of the facility. They're followed up by a number of law enforcement vehicles. We're seeing sheriffs, we're seeing other vehicles with their lights on, following the emergency vehicles into the hospital. It's been like this all the hour that we've been here. We've just seen cars coming and going. This is by far the biggest amount of vehicles that we've seen pull into the hospital.
Yeah, up to this point, it had been relatively quiet in terms of a continuing presence of first responders. Mary, this is obviously the biggest response we've seen enter Kootenai Health at this point.
That's correct. Yeah. You may remember in our last hit, we saw a fire truck leave with its sirens on, but this is the biggest train that we've seen coming into the hospital. All
right, and we did hear Sheriff Bob Norris talking about an unknown number of casualties, victims from what's taking place there on Canfield Mountain. So Mary Sheridan on the ground there. We'll be sure to check back as we learn a little bit more information. And we do want to check back in with Hunter Bertram. Again, unclear how many suspects up there in Canfield Mountain. The sheriff saying it's likely that they're blending in with the brush, with their surroundings. Hunter, what can you tell us out there?
Yeah, Jordan, just as you said, the sheriff said, at 4:30 in the press conference, their law enforcement personnel are coming under fire from multiple areas on the mountain, from dense brush areas. And they did mention, too, this is most likely, if they're not able to neutralize the suspect, take a shot on the suspect or suspects. They haven't confirmed if it's one singular shooter or multiple. They say this will likely be a multi-day operation. And you can actually see just beyond where I'm standing right here, just the sheer amount of law enforcement. I think that really is standing out here in East Coeur d'Alene. You can see the mountain to Canfield. Just beneath it, there's a command center of dozens of sheriff's officers, of police, of just many different law enforcement agencies coming to the aid to get this suspect taken, suppressing the fire from that suspect. That's a big topic they're talking about right now in that press conference. They said being able to suppress the gunfire coming from, because actively they're taking a really rapid gunfire from what they say might be a modern day sports rifle, and they're trying to, from all different areas as well, take shots on them, and they'll be able to give us an update. They said if there's anything breaking, or later today they also suspect that they're going to have another press conference for us here at the scene.
Okay, another press conference coming up here, and as you just mentioned there, modern-day sporting rifles, high-powered rifles being used there at Canfield Mountain. And again, Sheriff Norris saying if police have an open shot, to take that shot. Otherwise, as you said, this situation, they believe, could unfold over multiple days here.
Yeah, Jordan, that's what he, plain and clear, he said if there's going to be a shot that law enforcement will be able to take, they're going to take it. They want to neutralize the suspect as fast as possible, because not only do they possibly suspect that there are individuals still stuck on the mountain that might have been hiking today or in this area today, they say they need to neutralize it also to be able to put out this wildfire. It started as a half-acre wildfire, and now it has grown. And, as Jason Valentine said earlier, it's hot out here. It's very hot. And that doesn't mean anything. I think if you can hear above me, there's actually a helicopter coming onto the scene right now. Unsure what jurisdiction that might follow from. Jordan, it's getting a little bit loud. I might have to send it back to you.
Yeah, thank you for that. And one of the things that seems to be we haven't quite discussed, I don't think enough perhaps, would be that police have that difficult challenge of evacuating the mountain from civilians who were just in the area, unrelated to this, of course, today. And of course, that presents a whole different set of challenges for police out there, specifically because they don't know exactly where these shots are coming from. Sheriff Norris saying that gunfire coming from multiple directions up there, Hunter.
Yeah, he said multiple directions. When I asked if it's, coming from a cabin, a house, a makeshift shed, they said it's coming from dense brush areas is where the gunfire is coming from. And they said multiple areas. That's unclear if it's from one suspect hopping around or if it's multiple suspects here on the mountain. But as you said, it's a very serious and very pressing incident right now, given the fact that there might be individuals still stuck up on the mountain. I know they had said, excuse my live shot, the helicopter
And we seem to have lost you there, Hunter. You can see that helicopter arriving on the scene there. Unrelated, we're not sure exactly which agency that is related to there, Hunter. And then, of course, you can see that wildfire smoke. That was the wildfire that those firefighters were responding to before they were ambushed. Again, if you're just joining us here, 2 firefighters have been killed. They were responding to a wildfire in Coeur d'Alene when they were ambushed with gunfire. 2 have died up to this point. Sheriff Norris saying in Kootenai County Sheriff's Office that it's unknown how many casualties, how many suspects related to that. Stay with us here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more from the ground there in Coeur d'Alene.